Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome to the Indianapolis Arrows franchise. I want to start this episode out by checking out some of our former players, starting with John Kensky. Wow, John Kensey Noel, who really, we traded him away to the Pittsburgh Pirates in a place where I wasn't sure what he would be, and he hasn't even budged from 69 overall. So I think we did pretty good with that trade. That was like a year and a half ago, so that's pretty good. Nicky Lopez looks like he's doing a lot better, and I think a change of scenery was exactly what he needed. He's not hitting great, but obviously doing better than what he was with us. And then there's Nelson Velasquez, who's hitting .284 at the MLB level, but he does have an issue. A young guy behind him, Pablo Geronimo, who is actually rated lower than he is and actually starting above him. So I actually like that about MLB The Show. If they have a young guy and that's their goal, to play the young guy, they're playing the young guy over the older guy. So I really, really like that, but sucks for Nelson Velasquez. He pretty much loses an outfield job. So we are sitting here at 47 and 67, and we will today take on the defending world champions in the 55 and 58 Baltimore Orioles. Remember, they won the World Series last year with a young core, and this year they're struggling. But in this episode, we are going to go around our organization in just 24 hours. We're going to play at the MLB level, the AAA level, and the AA level, taking a look at everybody in the organization. So Todd Workman gets to start today. He's actually pitching very, very well. And remember, he's the 3 in the rotation, and I am not mad at his numbers at all. I mean, we're just not putting any runs together to give these pitchers wins. So here we go. Start on the first inning. Here is Cedric Mullins. Oh, he drives this one deep to right field over the head of Raimel Tapia for a leadoff ground rule double. The number still missing from our jerseys, it looks like. Is now in the top of the first still. Man on second base now. Jackson Holliday, who was the number 1 overall pick back in 2022. He hits one well to left field. So now runners on the corners here for Adley Rutschman to the plate now, hitting .294. He hits one deep to left center field. That one will get down in the gap. The Baltimore Orioles throw out their top 2 prospects and the top 2 in the order, and then have Cedric Mullins scoring as well. It's 2-0. A 2-run double here for, like I said, the once top prospect in baseball. He goes to left center field. Now that brings up Austin Hazel, 1 out. He hits one to the right side. That gets through the infield. It looks like Rushman's going to round second, third, head home, and this throw will be right on target. Raimel Tapia with an excellent throw right there, and he saves a run. Jordan Westburg comes to the plate now with 2 outs. He goes to the exact same spot. He's going to come up throwing again. Can he get 2 in 1 inning? The throw home will not be in time this time. And it's 3-0 here for the Baltimore Orioles. Nick Solak to the plate, and he's just looking. Wow, 3 innings. 3 innings, wow. 3 runs here in this first inning. As we'll see if the Indianapolis Arrows can answer back. Keith Rice leads off the game here with a big fly. Home run. Keith Rice, the rookie out of Cal. He's been moved up about halfway through the season at the All-Star break, and he is hitting really, really well in that leadoff spot. That's his 6th home run. So he's had about a month and a half worth of games, a little less actually, more like a month worth of games, and he's been hitting extremely well. That brings up Ian Happ, who moves down the lineup. I'm kind of fluctuating him between the 2 and the 5 spot, but he gets a hit right there, and that's kind of like a leadoff hit, and he has his 1,000th career hit. Congratulations to Ian Happ. Paulo Reyes to the plate now in that 3 spot. He will draw a walk, our lone all-star. As now we have men on first and second, still no outs. Alex Verdugo is hitting the ball great this year. He hits one well to left center. That's going to get to the gap. It's going to score one for sure. Paulo Reyes is going to come around to score as well. And look at Verdugo. He's going to get all the way to third on this one. And it's a 3-3 ball game. No outs here in this first inning. What's gotten into this offense out of nowhere? as Verdugo comes through with a 2 RBI triple. Well, that's going to bring up our top prospect in Ray Gonzalez, and he hits one up the middle. It's 4-3. We still have no outs here in this first inning. Can we keep this going, and for how long? Well, Cam Collier comes up with 1 out. Let's see if this hit parade can keep going. As he gets a pitch low, and he hits one up the middle. What I like about Cam Collier, we acquired him via trade last episode at the trade deadline from the Reds. We traded, obviously, our former top prospect in Connor Weigman and Lane Thomas to help out their playoff push. But Cam Collier makes solid contact every single time he hits the ball, it seems like. Travis d'Arnaud comes to the plate, who is filling in for Francisco Mejia as he recovers from a 2-month injury. He should be back in a little bit. As that brings up Pat Washington to the plate, hitting in that 9 spot. He hits one well to the right center gap. That gets all the way to the wall. It scores 1. It should score 2. And Pat's going to round second, head to third, and that's the second straight triple of the inning. A 6-run first inning, something that we've never done before. We've never scored more than 4 runs. I looked back at this. We never scored more than 4 runs in the first inning ever, and we score 6 here, and Pat Washington makes it true. We roll over the lineup here. That brings up Keith Rice, who's just a little bit early on that one after the leadoff home run. Ground ball to short. And a 6-run first inning answer here for your Arrows. Cam Collier up in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and he's hitting the ball well. Since being traded, he's still hitting around 240 or so, but he is really, really hitting the ball square, and that's exactly what you want to see from your young hitters. Pat Washington back at the plate. Remember, he hit that ball to the gap very, very well earlier. He fouls that one off. Then he recovers and hits this one deep down the center field. Wow, I botched that one, but it is gone. Deep to center field, Pat Washington, a guy that came into this series as one of our highlight, spotlight players, whatever you want to call them. 443 to center field. And Guardado's going to end his day. That is just insane. After 3 innings of work, we put it on the Orioles, and it forces the manager to come out and put in somebody else. What a game from our offense, and it's only inning number 3. They go to the bullpen and bring in Tyler Wells to get them through the rest of at least the bulk of this game. So Todd Workman back on the mound here in the 4th inning, and he has settled down a little bit. He gets Mullins to strike out there. Jackson Holliday comes up. Hard ground ball to short, and our top prospect gets out their top prospect. So here's BGO up in the top of the 6th inning. Workman still pitching here, and he gives one up deep to center field. This one is going to get over the wall. It's a home run to dead center, and it's an 8-4 game. We have settled down a little bit after that 3rd inning, but we're still up by 4 runs. We go to Victor Gonzalez, who was our Rule 5 draft pickup, and he's actually been pitching pretty well so far this season. Here, that brings up Jordan Westberg. He goes to opposite field. That one's going to get all the way to the warning track. Tapia comes up throwing, and he does at least hold up a double here. Anytime you hit the ball to the gap here in this park, it's almost an automatic triple. Nick Solak comes to the plate now. Soft liner to first. That one is snagged by Paulo Reyes. As now that brings up Johnny Pereda here with 1 out, 3-2 count, inside pitch. Any inside outs it. He goes to the opposite field, and that gets through the infield. And it's now runners on the corners here with 1 out. Can Victor Gonzalez pitch his way out of this one? That brings up the top of the lineup, Cedric Mullins. Hard liner up the middle. Good reaction by Ray Gonzalez, and he gets the 2nd out of the inning. Jackson Holliday, hard ground ball. This one stopped by Cam Collier, but he cannot make the play at first or second, and it's going to be a run across the plate for Baltimore. 5-8 now. Are they starting to chip away? But the next batter comes up and hits a chopper to short, and we get the out at second. Bottom 7 now. Here's Ian Happ to the plate. He gets one right over the middle of the plate. This one's driven deep to the right center field. That one gets all the way to the wall. Will we round second and head to third? We will. And once again, another triple here for this Arrows team. And now we have a man on third base, no outs, perfect situation to at least get one run in this inning. As that brings up Alex Verdugo. He gets one over the middle of the plate. This one's going to be a fly ball to left, and he will get the runner across here to score. And it's now a 9-5 ball game. Jack Sawinski up at the plate now. He has a high and tight slider. It looks like that's going to be ball 4. Cam Collier to the plate now. High and in tight again. In this 8th inning, starts out with 2 runners on here, no outs. We go to a pinch hitter. We bring in Brandon Crawford. Remember, we traded Brandon Crawford last year at the deadline, trading him to the Rays, and now we re-signed him in free agency. He wanted to come back. He liked it so much in Indianapolis. As he comes up and hits a deep fly ball to center field, that will at least move the runner over. He probably should have tagged both runners on that one. So that brings up Pat Washington, who's having a great game today. 2 for 3, had that triple and had that homer. He hits one down the left field line. That one is fair. He's going to get all the way to second, and he will have another RBI in this one. An excellent game from Pat Washington. He's a single short of a cycle. I mean, he is ripping the ball today. And sometimes you need those games in order to beat these teams like this, you know, the defending champs or these other good teams. Keith Rice to the plate now to come back up the lineup for his 5th at bat. And now that brings up Ian Happ, who is 2 for 4 today. Low fastball, and that's ball 4. So the Orioles will walk in a run here in the 8th inning, making it 11-5. Paulo Reyes gets one up in the zone. He hits this one well to left or to center field. That one will be deep enough to score the runner from third. We scored 12 runs here in this game, and I don't remember the last time I've ever scored 12 runs in an MLB The Show game. Alex Verdugo comes up, though. Cut fastball. He's going to swing and miss at that one. And now we move on to the top of the 9th inning. Jose Alvarez comes in and shuts down the Baltimore Orioles. We end up winning this one 12-7. The Baltimore Orioles do score 7 runs, but we score 12. I mean, that is just insane. We get a big-time victory here at home in front of the hometown fans. You got to love it. How about the game that Pat Washington had? If he can just have like spot games like that, like he's going to have a MLB roster spot. But the thing is just his consistency. He hits around 200. That's just not good enough to be a full-time MLB player. So we'll see what happens with his career. He is approaching age 30. I believe he's 30 actually right now. So let's see if he can straighten it up and really become a consistent player. So now we switch gears and go to the AAA level, where a lot of our fringe MLB players are, including Oijo Taikan. Since being moved down, he's hitting excellently. OPS over 1,000. Tyrone Johnson, the same thing. We moved him down. He started at the MLB level as well. He's hitting 324, OPS in the 900s. Steven Benitez we moved down. He is an interesting prospect because he is a great middle infielder, but he just needs to be more consistent. I moved up Jim Hall from AA. He is our top catching prospect. And then we have a pretty good outfielder here in Maverick McMacklin, who just needs to come around with his bat and be more consistent. But our AAA team is actually pretty loaded right at this moment. The record doesn't say that, but it's because, you know, we've been moving guys up, moving guys down, trying guys here, trying guys there. But our top pitching prospect here at the AAA level is Josh Brody. He has had 3 full seasons now to develop in the minors, so we'll see what he can do today. I'm not sure he's ready for the MLB just yet. He may still need another year in the minors, making that 4 years in the minors before moving him up. But I guess we'll see. He's going to get a September call-up more than likely, so we can see what he can do here in this game. Facing the St. Paul Saints here at home here for the Omaha Storm Chasers. There's a very short field, a short wall in right field, so you got to watch how you pitch to the lefties. Here is the lineup here for the St. Paul Saints. Royce Lewis is hitting 3 for them. He is one of the top prospects in the Minnesota Twins organization, has been there for a while. So now that brings up the next hitter, Gilberto Celestino. He hits one down the third base line. That one gets through. And now they have a runner aboard on first. Royce Lewis up to the plate. He swings and misses at that low slider. Is now that brings up the fourth hitter here. 3-2 pitch, 2 outs, and that's going to be ball 4. So now here they go with runners on second and third here with a chance to bring a runner in. This one will be a fly ball to right field, and that it will be the third out of the inning. Maverick McMacklin will be under that one. So now let's take a look at our lineup. Here's Alex Matheny, the center fielder, at the plate, and he swings and misses. He's actually struggling this year. He hit above about 290 last year at the AA level. He's hitting 215 at the AAA level. Jim Hall comes up, and he cannot make contact, as that brings up Ojo Taikan, who fouls this one off into foul territory, and the left fielder will run that one down. So we go down 1-2-3 from our offense. Victor Ornelas here up for the St. Paul Saints, and he drives one deep to right field. That one would have made it over regardless the distance of right field's wall. That one was crushed over 400 feet, 427, 109 exit velo. Josh Brody just caught way too much of the play. He definitely just missed his spot on that one, and it's 1-0 St. Paul. Here is Tyrone Johnson, who is one of the best power hitters in the organization. He crushes this one to right field off of the wall. That just clunked right off of the wall right to the right fielder for a very long single. That's the type of power that Tyrone Johnson has. Deshaun Jackson to the plate, though, with 2 outs. He just hits a fly ball to right field. Nothing doing in the second inning. Bottom 3 now with 2 outs. Here's Alex Matheny, though, who comes up and hits one well down the right field line. That one is fair, and it gets to the wall, and it is a 2 outs double here for a promising center fielder. I want to see his bat come around and be consistent, though. Jim Hall at the plate now, the top catching prospect in our organization. I really love the way he hits the ball. He draws the walk. Ojo Taikan, who's hitting the ball well here at the AAA level, hits one up the middle. It's knocked down by the pitcher, but Ojo has enough speed to get to first. So now it's bases loaded with Tyrone Johnson, the big power hitting first baseman, to the plate. He's 1 for 1 today. He gets one up in the zone, and he is just a little late on that one. And it's going to be another fly ball in another inning, another no-run inning, I should say. So now we move on to the top of the 4th inning with a man on first base. This one will be hit down the right field line, and St. Paul looks like they're going to get their second run across the plate, and now it's a 2-0 lead here for the Saints. So Josh Brody is an interesting pitcher. I think his issue is just that he doesn't have enough, juice on his pitches. Like he needs a pitch that he can really go to that can really shut down hitters. He just doesn't have that right now, which I think, having another year in the minors could hopefully develop one of his pitches into being an elite pitch. On to the bottom of the 4th inning. Here is Deshaun Jackson at the plate. He hits one well to right center. That one gets all the way to the wall, and we will hold up the runners here. So now we have runners on second and third with no outs. A perfect opportunity to score a run here. Maverick McMacklin comes to the plate, and this is a weak fly ball left field. But I'm going to test some of these AAA arms here, and that throw is going to be way offline, and it is 2-1. So we have our first run on the board here in the 4th inning. That brings up Julian King, one of our subscriber prospects. He hits one well to the left side. That one was crushed, and that gets through the infield, and now we have runners on the corners. Another opportunity to score a run here for Alex Matheny. 1 for 2 in this game, up in the zone, and he does just flare this one to right field. It's run down, and it's a long inning, but we only score 1 run. Bottom 5 now. Here is Jim Hall at the plate. He hits one well to the right field, and that one will get all the way to the wall. The right fielder misplayed that one, and it's going to cause a double here for Jim Hall. He could have at least played that one a little bit conservatively, and he's trying to, be aggressive with that, and he ended up just straight up whiffing. Ojo Taikan 1 for 2 today, and now on a 2-2 pitch, he gets one inside, and he turns on it, and that one will get down. And now we have runners on the corners here once again. Another opportunity to score some runs here in this inning, as that brings up a number 4 guy in the lineup. And Tyrone Johnson, he's got that home run power, so don't give him a good pitch to hit. He gets one inside. That one! Crushed to left field. That's gone. Tyrone Johnson is a guy you cannot make that mistake on, and he did. And we take the lead here 4-2, his 6th home run of the AAA season. And obviously, if he was down at the minor leagues, he'd be hitting like this all the time. But, you know, I want to get him some work at the majors. I need to see what these guys can do, obviously. Steven Benitez comes to the plate. He is one of our middle infielders that I really, really like. He is excellent defensively. He has power with his bat. His issue is he just doesn't make solid contact. He does get a double there as that brings up Maverick McMacklin to the plate. He turns on one. This one's going to be a gapper. It's going to score one. McMacklin has 86 speed, but it's going to be a ground rule double as he will trot into second base with an RBI. Now the bats have awoken here for the Omaha Storm Chasers as we move on to the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's Ojo Taikan, who does cap off a 3-hit day with that one up the middle. And how about Ojo Taikan? His bat is getting hot right at the right time, as we're probably going to be ending up moving him up to get him some MLB at bats soon. But that brings up Tyrone Johnson. Ground ball up the middle will end up being a double play. Top 7 down. Here is Sam Howard in to pitch here for the Omaha Storm Chasers. He's going to face the 8-hole hitter right here, and this one barely makes it over the wall. Like, that is just a simple fly ball to right field, but in this park, it's a home run. 328 only. It's 3-5. Sam Haggerty to the plate now with one out. He hits one well to right field. This one carries, and that one barely makes it over the wall. 2 normal fly balls that make it over the wall. That one went 330. So a 328 and a 330 home run to right field, and it's 5-4. This is a left-handed hitter's ballpark for sure. So that brings up Riley Maynard to the plate. He walks. That brings up Victor Ornelas to the plate. 1 for 2 today. He goes deep to center field. This one's carrying back, and that's his 2nd home run of the day. Now it's a 6-5 lead here for the St. Paul Saints. And our pitching staff has really, our bullpen, I should say, has really ruined this game for us. It's now 6-5, bringing up Tony Walters with a man on second base. This one's driven deep to right center field. It gets all the way to the wall. So now it's 7-5, and it looks like Walters going for a triple is going to be thrown out. But wow, what a comeback here from the Saints, and now we move on to the bottom of the 8th inning. Maverick McMacklin back at the plate now. He's 1 for 2 today. He gets one low. This one's going to be driven to left field. This one should get down, but it keeps carrying over the wall. I did not expect that to sneak over, but it just had enough on it to just get over the wall right there. That one went 358, and it's now 7-6. Top 9 now, though. Another home run. I mean, how many are we going to give up today? As it's now 8-6 here for the Saints. As you can see, our pitching here at AAA is absolutely terrible. I think that's one thing that we don't have. We do not have a lot of relief pitchers in the organization, which might be a priority in the offseason. We'll see. Ojo Taikan in the 9th inning, a 4 for 5 day for Ojo Taikan. He is killing the ball right now at AAA. He's probably going to be moved back up to the majors, I should say, next episode. That's for sure. The way he's swinging the bat, you got to bring hot bats up when you can. Tyrone Johnson to the plate now. He gets one outside a little bit, but good timing on that one, but it's just going to be a fly ball. He could have tied the ball game up with that one. So that's going to bring up the 5-hitter, Steven Benitez. Man on second base. We'll see if we can drive him in here. 2-1 pitch up in the zone. And he does it one better. Tie game. Steven Benitez has the power as a middle infielder. He is primarily a shortstop, but I project him to probably be a third baseman or a shortstop if Ray Gonzalez does get hurt or for some reason has to miss time. And Benitez goes deep on the high fastball. It's an 8-8 ball game. He was drafted in the 3rd round in season number 2's draft, and I really like him. Like, he is a guy that I think could be a big piece at the MLB level. Not necessarily a starter, but a guy that's going to play a lot of baseball, in my opinion. So on to the top of the 10th inning, and here our bullpen's getting in more trouble. It's bases loaded here with one out here in the top of the 10th inning, and we'll see what we can do. Steven Cruz now into pitch here for the Omaha Storm Chasers. In an 8-8 ball game, this is one of those situations where you just got to pitch your way out of. We're running out of pitching here in this game. That one's hit up the middle by Tony Walters again. He drives in a run, drives in 2. It's 10-8 here. It looks like the St. Paul Saints and the Omaha Storm Chasers brought their bats today. As that brings up Celestino to the plate. He hits one well to left field. That one off of the wall. And now it is 11-8 here for the St. Paul Saints. Just crazy, crazy offense today. As we'll see if we can get out of this inning. Royce Lewis, and he cannot connect. A 97-mile-an-hour inside fastball. He cannot keep up. So now here we are in the bottom of the 10th inning. Alex Matheny at the plate with 2 outs, and we cannot come through with a win. But what an offensive, display here in these first 2 games of this episode. Our AAA affiliate, the Omaha Storm Chasers, have a lot of big bats at AAA, as you can see. It makes for an entertaining ticket to come see this game. And, hey, we end up losing 11-8, but it was a lot of fun. They had 15 hits. We had 14 hits. Multiple guys had multi-hit games. And as you can see, Ojo Taikan is just swinging the hottest bat in the organization at this moment. So now we check out the AA affiliate here with Northwest Arkansas Naturals. And you can just see we have 2 top pitching prospects in the organization here in the top 50. First is Roger Sting. He's at number 32, somehow above Terrell Blake, who was a number 1 overall pick last year. Terrell Blake has a small injury right now, but he is pitching like he is going to be the minor league player of the year for us here in season number 3. I can't wait to see if he does get it, though, because that's going to be a big boost for him. I'm imagining that he's going to finish the season around like 70 or 71 overall. And then with that, player of the year boost, he could get up to 74. Who knows? So here's what the lineup looks like here at AA. There are a couple of interesting prospects which we will see today. Bruno Reyes is one of the most interesting because we drafted him last season as an 18-year-old in the 3rd round. He is 71 overall, but only 71 potential. So we'll see how he develops. I don't know if he will go up in potential, if he will, decline. We'll have to see what happens with him. But another option in the outfield as we start this game, Roger Sting, who is a top 50 prospect. We'll see him pitch in this one, facing BJ Kramer, who hits one up the middle. That one gets through. And he is still 59 overall. Like, he's still got a lot of development to do, but he is B potential. He's got a few years, obviously, in the minors before he's ready for the MLB. Facing a pretty tough lineup today, and that one's hit to left field. That brings up Yasmani Grandal, who's now at AA. He hits a slow ground ball to short. And look at this. Clarence Fillmore, for some reason, was playing shortstop today. And he throws one out at first. And that's pretty funny. We actually go and sub him out right away, actually. Bruno Reyes, here he comes to the plate. He was an all-star here in his first year in AA. As he's hitting .304, one of the best hitters in the organization right now. But he swings and misses and gets fooled at that outside slider. It's going to be strike 3. Markeith Parsons came into this series as a top 10 prospect in our organization. Obviously, drafting guys and bringing guys in that are, a lot higher potential than he is has brought him down and kind of made us really forget about him. But he is still here. He grounds out to 3rd. One of the guys that's hitting really well at AA is J.L. Monte. He hits one well to 3rd base, but that one is snagged. Thrown on to 1st. A 1-2 inning here for the Naturals. That brings us to the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's Jacob Martin, who won Offensive Player of the Year last year in our minor league system, and he will swing and miss at that one. So that brings up Lonnie Gonzalez into pitch here in the top of the 6th inning as we're moving along in this game. This one's not as exciting offensively as the previous 2 games, but this one's hit to right field, and Lonnie gives up a RBI double. It's now 4-0 here for the Midland Rockhounds. As now we move on to the bottom of the 6th inning. Bruno Reyes has yet to register a hit yet. He's 0 for 2, but this one's hit well to right center field. That one will get all the way to the wall, and it does hop off of the warning track. Reyes has okay speed, 55 speed. He makes it into second with a double. Reyes is definitely a guy to look out for here in the coming future. I don't know about next year, but he could possibly get moved up at some point depending on, injury situation. But I can see him in the minors for a couple of years before getting to the majors. But we have not scored here in this game as we enter the bottom of the 7th. Here is João Paulo to the plate, one of our young outfielders. He swings and misses at a terrible pitch right there. So we have bases loaded now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. We're getting a little desperate, so we have to go to our bench. We're going to go to a power-hitting, big-time first baseman / outfielder in Malachi Jordan. He's only hitting 209, but he's got awesome power to him. 1-1 pitch is driven deep to left field. Down the left field line is just going to be foul, 3.7 feet outside of the pole. So he gets another shot here. He straightens it up, and he hits one up the middle. That one gets through. It scores 1. It will try to score 2. The throw is in time, but offline. And it is now 5-2 for the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. Malachi Jordan coming off the bench, one of those subscriber prospects, is now brings up Bruno Reyes now for another at-bat, and he hits one up the middle, and that's what I love to see from Reyes. You need to be a good hitter here in the minors in order to get moved up, that's for sure, and he comes through today. He's got a multi-hit game. He makes it 5-3, the young left fielder. So that brings up Markeith Parsons to the plate now. 0 for 3 in this one. We'll see if he can keep it going here. Submarine pitcher will get him to swing and miss at the high fastball. And we're down by a couple of runs at that point, but then the Rockhounds start to pull away. Here in an 8-3 game, here is Matt Hale at the plate, and he swings and misses at an outside fastball, and that will do it here for our 3 levels. We end up going 1-2 in these matchups, but we saw a lot of offense from the AAA level, a lot of offense from the MLB level. In AA level, we have some promising players, not too many, but we have some good players, as you can see. So we get through our 24 hours here on August 5th, and next episode we will get through a lot of the season. I'm hoping to get to, this Oklahoma City matchup in the second week in September. And I want to highlight a lot of players in our organization at the MLB level and talk about their future a little bit with the squad. And so you guys can get a future look at, what our team's going to look like and what we're thinking before heading into the offseason. You also don't want to miss that episode because it is the episode to submit a international prospect, which I will talk about that next episode as well. So that's going to do it here today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, seeing all the prospects around our organization and seeing our major league team light it up and put together a 6-run first inning with something we have never done. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. Hope to see you guys next episode. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I like getting money, I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tinny. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bobbing in a dash, and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5 on the west side. But I'm from the east side, this how we slide. This how we ride, yeah, this how we ride.